Nilqakom għal programm ieħor Missjoni Hawn. Dan il-programm qed inwassluh biex aħna nagħtu informazzjoni ta' dawk il-missjonarji minn postijiet fil-kontinenti Asjatiċi, Afrikani jew inkella mill-Amerika Ċentrali qegħdin jiġu hawn Malta biex jagħtu semhom ukoll fil-pajjiż tagħna. Infakkarkom li hawn bej wieħed u ieħor ma' 60 persuna, sorijiet, patrijiet u anki lajċi li qed jiġu hawnhekk biex jagħmlu missjoni f'Malta, jgħinuna. I welcome you, Sister Mia Illumandi, Sister Jennifer. Welcome to our program. Today we are going to Kenya. Llum ħanoħdukom il-Kenya, pajjiż ieħor fl-Afrika fejn bil-popolazzjoni ta' 58.6 miljun persuna li il-medja tal-età hija żgħira ħafna, hija ta' 20 sena, huwa pajjiż li hemm ħafna żgħażagħ, hemm ħafna żgħażagħ li qegħdin jiżdiedu il-birth rate hemmhekk, qed tiżdied il-birth rate u hemm ħafna żgħażagħ u dejja opportunità wkoll li l-pajjiż jista' jmur għall-aħjar. Minn dan il-popolazzjoni hemm 58% minnhom li huma ansara, Kristjani, fejn jaħdmu ħafna l-Knisja Kattolika hemmhekk qed tgħin ħafna f'dan il-pajjiż fejn tidħol l-edukazzjoni, fejn tidħol is-saħħa u fejn tidħol ħafna affarijiet li għandhom x'jaqsmu mal-agrikoltura. Missjon Malta wkoll hemmhekk tagħmel ħafna proġetti imma dan inkunu qed nistgħu niddiskutuhom f'programmi oħra propju għax illum qed niddiskutu il-missjoni li dawn is-sorijiet qegħdin jagħmlu f'pajjiżna. 40% minnu 40% tal-popolazzjoni jgħix taħt il-poverty, taħt il-poverty line, jgħix fil-faqar. U għalhekk hemm bżonn inkomplu nagħmlu iktar u nħeġġu in-nies jaraw iktar u jsiru iktar informati x'inhu jiġri f'dan il-pajjiż. L-unemployment rate hija għolja ħafna wkoll, mod speċjali fejn tidħol l-età bejn 30 u 40 sena u ħafna mill-fatturi ħabba l-faqar hija l-edukazzjoni, l-unemployment li diġà semmejniha, is-saħħa u anki l-aċċessibilità mod speċjali fejn tidħol l-ilma u l-ikel. So, Sister, I've just gave our televiewers some information about Kenya, and I mentioned that there is 85% of the population that is Christian.
Yeah.
It is a Christian country, and with a population of 58.6 million people. It's quite a lot, we cannot imagine, because the numbers are nearly the same. In Malta, it is 586,000. In Kenya is 58.6 million, but the numbers are different. The quantities are different. So, Sister Jennifer,
Yeah.
And you comes from the Sisters of the Sacred Heart.
Yes.
So, tell us a bit about your family, about how your upbringing, so we get to know you a little bit more.
Okay, thank you very much. I am Sister Jennifer Wahu, and I come from Kenya, as you have said. And Kenya is big, as you have said, and the part of Kenya that I come from is the Kiambu County. It is not very far from the capital city. I need to maybe a drive of 1 hour to reach my home.
To reach Nairobi.
To reach Nairobi. And I come from a family of 7. My dad and mom, they are alive, I thank God. And I'm the firstborn in the family.
So you had a big responsibility after that.
Yes, a big responsibility because my mom got twins twice. So the last 2 pairs are twins.
Twice?
Yes.
So 4 out of 7, they are pairs.
Yes.
The last 4.
Yes. I had to help her take care of them. Sometimes I had to miss school if she needed to take them to the hospital.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you are 7. The youngest, how old is the youngest?
Now the youngest, she's in her 40. She's a mother of 2.
Mother of 2. So they are all grown-ups now and they have their own families.
Yes, and the brother is also a father. Yeah.
You have one brother as a father?
Not a father religious, biological father.
A biological father.
Yeah.
Okay. So how many nephews and nieces you have?
I've got allowed 10 nieces and nephews.
So
yeah, the firstborn is 26, She's Consolata, sweet girl. And the second one is my nephew, Kevin. And he's of my late brother. My brother passed on 2009, and he left us one son. Okay. So may he rest in peace.
Okay. Yeah. So kif stajtu tisimaw ftit l-sister tirrakonta ftit anke Medina din seba fil-familja l-aħħar 4 huma twins għal darbtej, ġifieri l-aħħar 4 minħuta twildu twins. U kif sajna nifhmu wkoll kienet daqsxejn diffiċli iktar imħabba li kellha bżonn iktar għajnuna omma meta tiġi biex mod speċjali twassalhom jew l-edukazzjoni għall-iskola jew inkella għas-saħħa l-isptar. Sister, maybe we know about Kenya because Kenya have been at the heart of missionary work with the Maltese people. But maybe you give us some beautiful traditions. You mentioned some beautiful traditions that you have and values of your country.
We've got a number of values, and one great value we have is family life. And for us, family is not just the nuclear family, but extended. The parents plus the grandmother, uncle, aunt, and great-grandparents and the elders, the whole village. So we live in such a big family lifestyle, such that when we have occasions, they are no more an occasion of a family, but the village event. So I grew up in such an environment, and the beauty of where I come from, it's more agriculture. So we have tea plantations, coffee plantations, pineapples, hills, valleys, so and a lot of forest. These are the environment that I grew up in. I used to walk to school, because the schools are quite a number, but the particular one my parents chose for us, we used to walk almost 1 hour.
To go to school, you had to walk 1 hour every day, in the morning and in the afternoon.
Yes, but we were many, so you don't feel it much.
Yes. And, but it's still a long way.
Yes, so that is one value that we have in Kenya, the beauty of family life. And the other one is religious life, the religion. So many people value religion. They turn to God, of course, for different reasons. But you find majority of the people, they believe in God. So the churches are full. It's not only Catholic Church. You'll find also there are many Protestant churches. Yes. The Christians are the majority in Kenya. So if you're around in Kenya, you'll hear singing and drumming all over. So that is also another beauty. And in our celebrations, we do a lot of, it's very lively, dancing, speeches, and elders speaking to the young. Yeah. And another value we have is the transition of every stage of life. So we still value different stages, like if it is birth, we really do a lot of celebrations when a child is born. If it is a young boy, when they reach the stage of circumcision, we also still do a lot of celebration and we gift them. And now it has been inculcated within the church such that these young people in that transition to adulthood, they are invited in the church, they are given talks and prepared by men, and the girls are put separate. Of course, they are not going to go through the same ritual, but for them it is education. So that now they realize that they are moving from childhood to adulthood. And it's something I find very helpful. My nephews just went through it, that's why it is very fresh in me. And we were happy, my aunt came to talk to them. So it's kind of a good value in the society.
So every stage in life, you value it and you give it that importance and yes. Do a celebration for
yes, we celebrate and gift them. And now we also invite a priest to celebrate Mass. So it is also inculcated within the liturgy.
But you celebrated just as a family or the whole community?
now we invite the relatives because the uncle has to come to speak, the auntie.
Okay.
Yes, so the neighbors around, plus mostly the relatives.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's and it's quite popular in Kenya.
It is very popular, especially where I come from. I come from the Archdiocese of Nairobi.
Okay, you just mentioned that you do these celebrations, Catholics, you'll find a lot of churches, etc., Protestant churches, etc. But are there any difficulties, political difficulties that hinder the work of the church in Kenya?
Sure, they are there. And the main challenge we have is the politicians want to take the opportunity of using churches to campaign for their positions. So that has been a challenge, and wanting to donate money so that the people can elect them. And this has been challenged a lot by the church. Of late, the bishops are continuing to emphasize that such things are not going to happen. They are recommending that they may be done somewhere else, but when it is a church activity, there is no political issues, affiliation to it. And if even donations, they are not accepted.
So on this,
yes, it's very strict.
Yes.
Yes, and the bishops have written statements and even spoken verbally about it. And even at one moment, the bishop had referred $1 million to the president. He didn't want, to tell that it is not the right place for that. We cannot mix politics and religion.
Yeah.
So that is one challenge that is there, but it is being handled in a very positive way, and we can see some fruit of it. The other challenge is the young people. They want to take things on their hands. We have the Gen Z who are very outspoken, which it is a positive thing, because when they notice something wrong, they always come on the street to protest. But unfortunately, many end up losing their life. So we lose young lives just like that, although they may have a good initiative, but it's not handled well most of the time. So again, the church gives mind to that and gives a direction on how to do that. Even we can protest in a peaceful way. So the church is working on that we can air our voices, but peacefully.
So the church is very active in Kenya.
Yes, it's very active.
Not just doing work at the parish and with the people, but also trying in education.
Yes,
trying,
yes.
Educate people in various ways.
Yes, civil education is done now and then. Our bishops are also very keen to what is happening, and they keep on raising statements to direct the people, the population, what is their position and what they need to do as Catholics or as Christians and good citizens of our country.
So let's talk more now about you. So you were brought up in Kenya with a family of 7 people. You're the eldest. And how was your childhood?
Good question. I can say I had a good childhood because, as I said, my 2 parents are there and they brought me up well. My mom has been a housewife, and my dad used to work outside homestead. So I went to schooling as usual. I don't remember being sent because of lack of school fees. I thank God for that. And we were encouraged to work very hard. And just to give a background, my parents are also very devoted Catholics, such that my mom could not allow us not to go to church and to go together. So people tease me because we always had to walk, all of us together to the church. And being the firstborn, again, when we are going to school, I had to take care of my brothers and sisters. So we've been brought up in a very united way. As I said before, there is the struggle of walking far to go to school. That was a challenge, especially when it is sunny, but it was doable. I enjoyed.
You mentioned that you had to walk this 1 hour to school. Walking, because we mentioned just school, but for example, to going to church, you had to walk another distance.
Yes, but my home is not very far from the church. Initially, it was a bit far, then the parish was divided, so my parish came nearer. But before, we used to walk even further from where I was studying, so it was 1.5 hours to reach the parish. But my home was just a zone and a substation. Yeah.
So we were mentioning about your childhood. You went to school, and then when you went to higher school, how is the system in Kenya? First you do your primary school, the young school for the young children, and then you go for a higher school.
Okay, I will share what was my time, because the education style has changed in Kenya. The system is different now, but I used KCPE, that is 8 years of primary education, and then 4 years of secondary education, and 4 years of higher education. So that is the system. So I spent 8 years in primary school, from nursery to class 8. Then I proceeded to secondary school. The school was run by the sisters. Personally, I was lucky to go to sister school. It wasn't my first choice. I don't know the reason, actually, but it was the choice of my mother, because she wanted me to go to that school, and I accepted. And so I know the reason.
Yeah, it was just a girls' school or mixed school?
It was a girls' school.
A girls' school.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And then when you went to higher education, you had already your mind set that you will become a nun, or you were studying to become something else, your vocation?
I would say that my vocation had started awakening just even when I was in primary school. Because if I recall back, when I was 11 years, I attended a profession of one sister who comes from my village. And she was doing her final profession. And during that occasion, something special happened to me. It being a local congregation, the bishop is the one who was receiving her vows. So she asked her questions. And one of the questions was, "Sister, are you ready to give your life to God?" And she took the microphone and said yes. And those words, I felt they were asked to me also. And even today, I do hear those words. I hear the voice of the bishop, because I felt really they were also addressed to me.
And your age at that time?
I was 11 years.
11 years?
Yes.
You already that answer or that question, you thought it was, you meant, it was as if it was for you.
Yes.
At 11 years of age.
Yes. And I am also grateful. That moment, my dad is the one who asked me, we go for that celebration. So I do feel my parents got involved. The good care and the faith of my parents is the one that made me go for that occasion, because I didn't know the sister, but I did feel those words, such that even today I do feel asked to me, still anew every day.
It's a renewal every day that
yes.
That you give your life to God. It is like renewing it every day.
Yes. So
kif qed taraw qed nitkellmu anki ma' Sister Jennifer mill-Kenja, qed tittina ftit background. Ovvjament il-programmi ma' daw il-missjonarji qed ikunu bl-Ingliż, imħabba li huma jitkellmu bil-lingwa mod speċjali, l-maġġor parti minnhom jitkellmu bl-Ingliż, però Sister Jennifer taf xi ħaġa bil-Malti, issa nsaqsuha wkoll forsi titkellem ftit bil-Malti. Tgħidilna fuq il-upbringing tagħha, kienu familja ta' 7, l-affarijiet kollha li għaddew minnhom kemm kienu jimxu għall-iskola biex imorru il-qudies, il-Knisja. Il-familja tagħha kienu ħafna miġburin kienu jmorru flimkien, il-ġenituri tagħha kienu ħafna jipprattikaw il-reliġjon, allura kienu jmorru flimkien il-qudies u kienu jagħmlu ħafna affarijiet relatati flimkien bħala familja. U għalhekk qed insiru nafu ftit ieħor, issa minn ftit ieħor ħanibdew nsaqsuha wkoll kif ġitaw Malta, għal xiex ġitaw Malta u x'qed tagħmel f'Malta. So Jennifer, Sister Jennifer, and then you took your vocation. So when you decided to join the congregation?
Okay, after that experience or that occasion of the sister, I went to secondary school. And as I said, I went to sister's school. So we had a lot of formation occasions, like we would go for mass daily. We had singing practice with the sisters. And even because now I'm a sister, I would see how much the lifestyles was centered, like religious life, because we would observe silence at sometimes, and she would also invite people to come and give us seminars. So my faith formation was still more and more deepened that period. I can say when I was in first year of secondary school, it became a bit dormant, and I felt like any other girl growing up, getting excited with fashion, wanting, beauty and all that. But I felt the Lord took it away from me. I used to like makeup, but it happened that when I was in Form 2, the desire was taken away from me, and I feel it's God who took it away from me because it has never come back. Yeah. That wanting to beautify myself, which is normal for ladies, for sure, but I do feel God started showing me there is more beauty in life than that. So when I reached Form 3, we went for a prayer camp, again organized by the sisters. We went to the city, to the Nairobi, and this prayer camp, we were asked to go on the altar and write and sign and say a prayer. And within that period, again, my vocation came back, and I felt I would want to become a sister. And it happened in that prayer camp, there was a sister from Brazil. And when people lined up for counseling and sharing, I went to line up in where sister was. And we had a nice conversation with her, and I told her I would like to be like you. And she encouraged me. And I now had, my vocation was clear, that's what I want to do. So the following year was my final year. I wrote a letter to God. I still have that letter. And I told God, I want to give my life to you. And only give me marks that you allow me to go to convent. Don't give me more that will take me away from you. I just want what will be enough. And even I can say up to today, if I'm to join, I still would join with the marks that God gave me. So I passed my exams. And when I was doing my last exam, one of my classmates was living close to Daughters of the Sacred Heart. They had invited her for seminar. She didn't want to go, but she knew I used to say I want to become a sister, because I would tell some of my classmates. So she told me, Jennifer, take this. If you are interested, go for this seminar. And I decided to go. So immediately after my school, I visited the Sisters or Daughters of the Sacred Heart. And that's how my story began of joining DSH Sisters.
And your family, how did your family take this decision?
I can say it wasn't easy, neither too hard. The first person I expressed to was my mother. And I told her, and I still remember the words of my mom. She told me, you keep praying, it's not an easy life. And I repeated to her this time when I went on holiday. So she told me, continue to pray about it. So, and she is the one who disclosed to my dad, and they didn't refuse. They even, the two of them took me to the convent.
And before the program started, you mentioned that you were involved in vocational training and in a lot of activity in Kenya.
Yes.
So give us some information about what you used to do when you were in Kenya.
So after I finished my initial formation and I did my first profession, I was asked to go to a mission that was really in a very interior place in the coast, and I stayed there for 9 months. That was just community experience and exposure after formation. So there I was teaching catechesis, working with the young people, and being a sacristan.
Okay.
So after that, I was given the responsibility of assisting in the formation. There was the aspirant mistress who I was assisting her. And then I was also helping in the correspondences to those who apply to join our congregation. So then I later on became the vocation promoter. And then I did a course. I went to study for 2.5 years. Then when I came back, I was asked again to help in the formation. I assisted in our novitiate. And when I did my final profession, I was assigned to be in charge of a community. I had not reached the age of being a superior of the community. I was asked to be sister in charge.
Okay.
And we were opening a new mission in the coast, a new house. So the regional superior took me with 2 more sisters. We were 3, and we went to begin the mission.
That's very interesting, and you did a lot there. How many vocations do you have regularly in Kenya, in your congregation?
Oh, we get quite a number, we thank God, because the aspirants, the first stage, around 15 young ladies, and then in the stage of postulancy, around 8, and in the novitiate, 7.
Quite a number.
So it's a number.
Quite a number.
Yes.
And then?
And this is in Kenya. We've also another branch now in Uganda.
In Uganda, okay.
So there are another group of around 5 in Uganda.
Very good. And then all of a sudden you had to change all the plans and come to Malta.
Yes.
What was why you had to come to Malta, and how you got to know that you have to come?
Okay, the genesis of coming to Malta was to study. As I continued to work, I was desiring to continue with my education. So the sisters were looking for scholarship so that I can continue, and I had expressed that I would like to study theology, but I also wanted background of philosophy. So we couldn't get a sponsor in Kenya, scholarship. So it happened with the generosity of our sisters. They asked 2 sisters to come to Malta, and they'll help them continue with their education. So I was one of them. When that was brought to my attention, I didn't say no, I accepted. So when I was coming was to study at the University of Malta.
And this was 13, 14 years ago?
2013.
2013, okay, nearly 14 years ago.
Yes, so I enrolled the same year, 2013, and I remained in the University of Malta for 7 years.
Studying theology?
Yes, then I did licentiate in pastoral theology.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and now your work here and with the congregation, what it consists of?
Yes, now after I finished my studies, I was requested to help in vocation promotion again, and also to assist in the formation. And I have been doing that since 2022. And last year, 2017, we had a chapter, and again I was selected in the leadership team. So now I'm here, but now in the administration, although I'm still helping in the formation.
Sister Jennifer, we came to the end, at the end of this program. I told you time will fly, but it was a very good conversation. You gave us a very good insight of your childhood and your family, and now some at the end you came to Malta. We thank you for all the work that you are doing here with the congregations of the Daughters of the Sister Heart, of the Sacred Heart. And we also continue to pray for you, so you can, more vocations will come there, will come your way. Okay, we pray. Wasalna fl-aħħar ta' dan il-programm biex nagħlqu dan il-programm ma' Sister Jennifer, nfakkarkom li konna dina hawnhekk qed niddiskutu ma' Sister Jennifer mini il-familja tagħha, l-edukazzjoni li ħadet, is-sagrifiċċji u anki il-faqar li għexet fih fil-qitja mill-Kenja. Qed nagħtukom iktar informazzjoni, kull programm qed nintaqgħu ma' xi ħadd differenti li bħalissijat f'Malta u jagħmel f'Missjoni Malta. Bħalma intom entu ħafna missjonarji Maltin imorru barra minn xtutna u jagħmlu l-missjoni tagħhom hemm, dawn qed jitilqu kollox u jiġu f'pajjiżna biex ikomplu jgħinu lill-kongregazzjonijiet tagħhom foqsma differenti. Insellmilkom.
Thank you.